Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Zulfikar Ahmed. Today our topic is modern warfare history and development. Modern warfare history and development. Modern warfare क्या है, इसकी हिस्ट्री क्या है और ये किस तरह से डेवलप हुई, तो इस सिलसिले में आज आप गुफ्तगू करेंगे। तो इसमें सबसे पहले हम इसका प्रीफेस, फिर हम वारफेयर का जिक्र करेंगे, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट मॉडर्न वारफेयर का होगा, फिर वारफेयर इन 21st सेंचुरी, उसमें फिर इसके डिफरेंट पीरियड्स हैं, जिसमें फर्स्ट पीरियड, सेकंड पीरियड, थर्ड पीरियड और फोर्थ पीरियड। उसमें फिर कुछ इन्वेंशंस हैं, जिनमें सबसे पहली सबसे पहली खतरनाक इन्वेंशन है वो है मशीन गन। फिर टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट है, मॉडर्न वारफेयर बिगनिंग्स है, मैकेनाइज्ड वारफेयर एज में हम जाएंगे, फिर मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री एंड आर्म पर्सनल्स, एयर पावर, द करंट एज ऑफ वारफेयर, हाई टेक इन्फेंट्री और शॉक एलिमेंट। उसके बाद हम इसको कंक्लूड करेंगे। तो लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर टॉपिक मॉडर्न वारफेयर हिस्ट्री एंड डेवलपमेंट. First of all, we will talk about its preface. What was the preface? From the very beginning of our species history, we have waged war. Some archaeologists claim that the first act of Homo sapiens on the world stage was that of genocide with the systematic destruction of the Neanderthals. Although there is no suggestion of an organized war effort, evidence points to small-scale conflict slowly driving the physical stronger Neanderthals into less favorable areas for survival, as they were defeated by the Homo sapiens, who, although weaker and less well adapted to the northern European climate, could communicate and unite to gain dominance of better settlement areas. यानी क्या कहना चाहते हैं कि जंग और इंसान का इब्तदा ही से साथ है। पहली जंग गालबन उन्होंने एक होमोसेपियंस ने नेंडरथाल्स के साथ लड़ी, जो वैसे तो जिस्मानी तौर पर ज़्यादा मजबूत थे, लेकिन जहनी तौर पर चूंकि होमोसेपियंस इंसान जो थे वो ज़्यादा मजबूत थे, इसलिए उन्होंने ये जंग आहिस्ता आहिस्ता उनसे जीत ली और उनको ऐसे इलाकों में धकेल दिया जहाँ पर उनका जिंदा रहना मुश्किल था। वॉरफेयर. War has been an immortal feature of human history. War has been an immortal feature of human history. It is condemned as an evil activity in which human beings show the darker side of their nature by using violence and killing to achieve their ends. Yet at the same time, war is an abnormal social activity. War is an abnormal social activity demanding high level of organization and depending upon bonds of loyalty, obedience and solidarity for its effective implementation. जंग क्या है, इसके बारे में ये बताया गया है। मॉडर्न वारफेयर. मॉडर्न वारफेयर क्या है? मॉडर्न वारफेयर इज वारफेयर using the concepts, methods and military technology that have came into use during and after World War I and II. The concepts and methods have assumed more complex form before the 19th and early 20th century, largely due to the widespread use of highly advanced information technology, and combatants must modernize constantly to preserve their battle worthiness. That was the modern warfare in 21st century. As we enter the 21st century, it is also clear that despite what would like to think of as moral and ethical development, war is still a key human interaction. Despite the vast technological advances in warfare, all armies tend to have three elements: infantry, shock element, and fire support. Now we will discuss all three things separately. What is infantry? As the name suggests, are normally ground troops who fight on foot even if they may ride into battle. Their role has always been to do the bulk of the fighting and to take and hold ground. ये किसका काम है? इन्फेंट्री, जिसे पैदल फौज कहा जाता है. पैदल फौज में टैंक ये वो सारा कुछ आ जाता है. शॉक एलिमेंट्स क्या है? बिगिनिंग एज chariots and evolved into cavalry, the climax of which was the mounted knight, and into modern warfare with armored vehicles, and now in 21st century the air, mobile and air cavalry forces. पुराने ज़माने में वो एक घोड़ा होता था, उसके पीछे एक छकड़ा सा लगा होता था, उस पर जो है आप अक्सर अगर कोई पुरानी मूवीज़ देखें तो उसमें वार मूवीज में ये दिखाते हैं कि घोड़ा है, दो घोड़े, एक घोड़ा उसको पुल कर रहा है, उसके ऊपर जो है ना एक सवार जो है उसे वो चला रहा है, और पीछे 3-4-2 जवान खड़े हुए हैं जिनके पास लंबे जो है ना भाले हैं, नेज़े हैं, उनके पास लंबी तलवारें, और उसके साथ वो फाइट कर रहे हैं. कहता है ये ऐसा ऐसा फिर ये बदला है कि इसमें माउंटेड नाइट्स एंड इनटू मॉडर्न वारफेयर with armored vehicles, and now in the 21st century, the air, mobile and air cavalry forces. The first support element क्या है? Has gradually grown in importance, and technology has allowed it to become more accurate, more mobile and longer range. This element has included catapults and ballasts to cannons and guided weapons launch systems such as the modern MLRS, Multiple Rocket Launcher System. तो ये क्या है? ये फायर सपोर्ट एलिमेंट्स हैं. अब हम आते हैं डिफरेंट पीरियड्स ऑफ वारफेयर. तो उसमें पहला पीरियड, द फर्स्ट पीरियड ऑफ वारफेयर. The first stage of warfare could be classified at the age of chariots. Here, large kingdoms developed and waged war for prestige and to gain land and resources, including at times slaves. A good example of this period is that of ancient Egypt and the ancient kingdoms of the Middle East, such as the Hittites. During this period, armies started to develop, and the king of the battle was the chariot. The chariot represented the shock element in the armies of the day and was pulled by 2 to 4 horses, and normally contained a driver and one or more warriors armed with spears and often some from the projectile weapons such as darts, bows और javelins. ये मुख्तलिफ जो उस दौर के असलहा थे उनके नाम थे. अगर आपने इनके बारे में जानना है तो ये नाम लिख के गूगल पे सर्च करें, आपको इनकी माहियत के बारे में, इनके स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में, इनके बारे में मालूम हो जाएगा. During this period, the fire support element was very limited and the shock element the most important on the battlefield. Second period में क्या था? The next stage in the evolution of warfare, 400 BC to 900 AD approx, saw the rise of infantry as the dominant force on the battlefield. Well-trained and disciplined infantry could deal with chariots by remaining steady in the face of charge or opening their ranks to let the chariots through and then attacking them. The period could be termed the Soldier Age because it saw the heavy infantry of Rome come to dominate the battlefield. Infantry became better organized and drilled with heavier armor. Chariots remained in use in China and in Celtic Britain, but their time was past. Elephant who elephant elephants also saw use in North Africa in the armies of Rome and Carthage and in the Middle East and India. But after some initial success, infantry soon learned how to deal with them, and elephant often became as much as danger to their own side as the enemy. In Indian warfare, the elephant remained in use longer as a more suitable climate and easy availability made them a more useful battlefield assets rather than a novelty. Third period में क्या हुआ? The next period can be termed the age of the knight as the mounted heavily armored warrior gripped supreme on the battlefield until the introduction of firearms and better infantry tactics. During this period, the shock element was key and many armies neglect or underuse their infantry element with the braves of the period seeing the mounted knights as the only thing are worth on the battlefield. The slow charge of heavy cavalry was the front runner of later tank battles, and although there was the odd upset, they were to dominate the battlefield of Europe for centuries. Away from Europe, the Mongols were bringing their own brand of cop western to warfare to Eastern Europe, China, Japan, and the Middle East. Now, next, the fourth period. The next period to evolve was the age of musket, shoulder gun, a period where once more the infantry element dominated thanks to technological advances. The start date of this period is hard to define. Like many of these periods, there are stages of an evolutionary process and not a sudden leap, but it could be said to last until the outbreak of American Civil War. The period includes sociological changes, as we see during the Napoleonic War. The idea of the nation in ours, more formal uniform and training of inducted troops and nationalism and war cement their relations. The period includes sociological changes as we see during the Napoleonic Wars. The idea of the nation in arms, more formal uniforms and training of inducted troops and nationalism and war cement their relationship. This period is marked by large infantry battles with massed firepower on both sides, such as Waterloo and battles in the Crimean War. Camouflage starts to develop in the Napoleonic Wars with riflemen. Rockets are also used in the West on a large scale for the first time with the Congreve rockets. The shock element was present in the form of cavalry, which was used on a large scale, some of which was armored. But the fire sport elements was the one area which developed the most. Napoleonic artillery developed from very static siege guns to mobile fire sports, move about the battlefield by horses. Its importance grew as its flexibility increased and the fire support element became a crucial factor in many new Napoleonic battles, such as Waterloo. Throughout this period, the fire support element grew in power with breech loading weapons and new, more powerful explosives. اب ہم ایک نیکسٹ دور کی طرف چلتے ہیں. ہمارا سفر جو ہے ماڈرن وارفیئر کی طرف جا رہا ہے. تو مشین گن ایج. Also a new weapon started to make its appearance, the machine gun. It would be the large-scale use of this weapon which would dominate the battle of the next age. The machine gun age saw the rise to dominate of the fire support element, although vast amount of infantry died in the battlefield of American Civil War and in the First World War. Technological support. Technological development during this period was very rapid, as it is the fire support element which has always benefited the most from advance in technology, closely followed by the shock elements, with the infantry elements benefiting the least from technological development. With the increase in power of the fire support element, defense warfare became dominant, as seen in the trench warfare of the First World War. Artillery developed in range and power, and the infantry killing machine gun became more portable and flexible. Modern warfare beginning. Modern warfare ka आगाज. Now from the warfare also developed such as air power, which in many regards form part of the fire support element, as its origins were in artillery supporting balloons and later with bombers as serial artillery. Naval warfare. یہاں پہ غالباً میں ایڈ کرنا بھول گیا. I will add it. Naval warfare. ماڈرن وارفیئر کے بعد نیول وارفیئر ماڈرن وارفیئر ہی کا حصہ ہے. نیول وارفیئر سا لارج اسکیل یوز آف سب میرینز اینڈ دا بگننگ آف نیول ایئر آپریشنز with the early carriers. The defensive nature of warfare with ditch یعنی خند کے جو ہے, and acidic wire saw the death of cavalry as the shock element, and generally in the major threats of war saw the shock element which virtually die out. Mechanized warfare age. The Second World War marked the start of the mechanized warfare age. Here a rapid advance in technology saw all three elements develop in power: infantry, more portable support weapons, and greater individual firepower, as in the Thompson submachine gun, together with the use of vehicles to transport infantry, saw smaller numbers of infantry cover much wider areas. A platoon could now cover an area the size of the battlefield at Waterloo. Mechanized infantry and armored personnel. Russian troops riding into battle on the backs of tanks was to evolve into the idea of mechanized infantry and armored personal carriers as seen in Vietnam and later wars. Despite this technology advancements for the infantry element remained slow. The American M16 is a good example of this, still in service in 21st century and many decades after it was first issued. The infantry element is limited by the fact that its main component is a human being who evolves much slower than any technology. The modern day soldier would have much in common with a soldier of the army of Alexander the Great or a British redcoat at Waterloo. Air power. The first support element also developed rapidly and saw the emergence of air power as a major component of this element. Bombs loads and accurately rapidly increased from the basic bombers of the Second World War such as the Lancaster and B-17 to the massive B-52 and the development of laser-guided bombs and other PGMs during the Vietnam War. Close air support was developed during the Second World War, especially during the Pacific campaign, and reaches its full potential during Vietnam. Vietnam also saw the use of long-range artillery to support ground attacks, fire from secure fire bases, and the development of sub-ammunition and specific anti-tank weapons to counter the shock element. Finally, the BBC warfare age saw the development of biological, chemical and nuclear weapons as the ultimate fire supports weapons, but as weapons of warfare failed as the risk of accelerate made them unusable by all but the most full adventurous of military commanders. The current age of warfare. The current age of warfare is what would be termed the post-nuclear age. Here the time of huge battle is gone and Western warfare is dominated by projecting power to trouble spots around the world and fighting revolutionary. Political loss of life is virtually unacceptable, so the infantry element, although important, is heavily supported and BBC to reduce casualties. हाई टेक इसमें द करंट एज ऑफ वारफेयर में एक जो अहम पॉइंट है वो है हाई टेक इन्फेंट्री. हाई टेक इन्फेंट्री. Numbers of infantry deployed have shrunk further and number of very high-tech infantry equipment is underway. Mobility is the key and much of the infantry element is mounted in helicopter or armored vehicle. Yet its roles of taking and holding ground, especially in urban battlefields of the Third World, remains vital. Shock element. The shock element is under pressure to become smaller, lighter and more flexible. The days of the 70 tons MBT are numbered, with helicopter, gunships and air cavalries making up a large part of this element. Fire support is now long range and highly accurate, not only artillery guns but unmanned aircraft and cruise missiles with the focus on highly accurate strikes and interdictions, rather than deadly mass of weapons delivered on target. Air power itself is becoming more unmanned, with a clear indication that most air sport will be unmanned with the next 50 years. Even naval warfare is focusing on delivering fire supports against targets inland. That was all the story of warfare and modern warfare, its development and history. तो warfare है ना वो बहुत डेवलप हो चुकी है. तो इसको हम कंक्लूड किस तरह से करेंगे? कंक्लूड करते हुए हम कहेंगे what lies in the future is unknown, but it is clear that for the Western powers, at least, technology will give them a greater and greater edge over their enemies and lead to smaller forces developed at greater speed with greater firepower than ever before. The fire sport element hold dominance for the moment, but as warfare develop into terrorist hunting in urban confusedness of the third world, how useful will that element remain? Some military analysts talked on an information war with battles on the internet and communication superhighways. Such ideas are a dangerous fantasy. As September 11th illustrated, war has always come down to killing, and sadly always will. A computer virus although destructive, is not war, and despite our reliance on computer, no country will never be brought to its knees by the internet. अब वारफेयर जो है वो मॉडर्न एज में दाखिल हो चुकी है. हम फोर्थ जनरेशन वार और फिफ्थ जनरेशन की वार की बात कर रहे हैं, और बहुत से मिलिट्री एनालिस्ट वो ये समझ रहे हैं कि शायद इंटरनेट और सोशल मीडिया और जो कम्युनिकेशंस सुपर हाईवे है उसके ज़रिए मुल्कों को कंट्रोल कर लिया जाएगा. तो क्या वायरस जो है, कंप्यूटर वायरस जो है, वो मुल्कों को गिराने में कामयाब होगा? तो कहते हैं ये बहुत ही ख़तरनाक फैंटासी है. एक्चुअल वो क्या है कि क्या हम कंप्यूटर वायरस के ज़रिए, नो कंट्री विल एवर बी ब्रॉट टू इट्स नीज बाय द इंटरनेट. इंटरनेट के ज़रिए कोई भी कंट्री, किसी भी मुल्क को हम घुटने टेकने पर मजबूर नहीं कर सकते. बिलाखिर वारफेयर जो है वो अपनी हकीकत में लौटेगी, और उसका मकसद क्या होगा? उसका मकसद फिजिकली ज़मीनों पर कब्ज़ा करना होगा, लोगों की सोच, लोगों को आपस में लड़ाना होगा, और उसमें मास डिस्ट्रक्शन का पहलू जो है उसको हम किसी सूरत भी नज़रअंदाज नहीं कर सकते. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, ये हमारा था मॉडर्न वारफेयर हिस्ट्री एंड डेवलपमेंट को, कि अगर हम क्लास में ये टॉपिक पढ़ रहे होते तो शायद ये टॉपिक हमारा 2 से 3 करेक्ट जो है हमारे जो टाइम पीरियड है उसमें ये होता, लेकिन यहाँ पे चूँकि हम ऑनलाइन बैठे हैं इसलिए मुख्तसरन ही बयान किया जा सकता है. तो इसके साथ ही हमारा आज का टॉपिक ख़त्म हुआ. इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट टॉपिक के साथ फिर. अल्लाह हाफिज़.